What's up everyone? Alex here. So this week you guys saw the very first video for the Backlog Battle Awards, and that probably confused the heck out of you, because usually the Backlog Battle Awards is this massive 42-minute video that has basically your picks and mine combined together. And given that this is the 4th year, you're probably expecting it to pretty much stay the same. So the fact that your choices and mine weren't really reflected in the latest video, which is by the way called the 10 Best RPGs of 2023, that probably led to a lot of confusion. So in this video, I not only want to let you know what's happening with the Backlog Battle Awards, but I also want to give you some updates as to what kind of videos I'm going to be making over the next few weeks. Because I actually shared my intention for what the Backlog Battle Awards is going to be, but I forgot to make that intention public. So this video hopefully addresses that and clarifies a bunch of things. Because admittedly, the Backlog Battle Awards is going to be changing starting this year. And yes, this is a video that I probably should have come out with first before the previous one that I just released. I also want to kind of give you the reason why we're doing it this way, so that way you kind of understand where I'm coming from a creative standpoint. I know that some of you don't really care for that kind of behind the scenes knowledge, but to me it's very important so that way you know what's going on with me and I know what's going on with you, and we're both kind of having this really happy conversation every single time new videos come out. And before I forget, if you wanted to get some of this sweet merch that I'm wearing right now, or coffee mugs, or even a Switch case, head on over to the Backlog Battle Boutique. You have the link below, and you can pick up some of this awesome swag. There is something for everybody, including stickers, shirts, and everything. They're all good quality. I personally ordered them. I mean, heck, I am wearing them right now, and I highly recommend them for gifts and, of course, to spread the Backlog Battle love. So take the time to check it out when you can. So, the reason why the Backlog Battle Awards is going to be split across several videos is that over the past 3 years, when I make the Backlog Battle Awards, and yes, it's massive, it's 30 to 42 minutes long, well, first of all, I don't hire any sort of outside video editors. I do ask for my friends to contribute, but that's not really the brunt of the award show, right? Like, it's really cool to see like other content creators really show their love for the genre and the games that they're playing, but they're not editing the video. And to be quite honest, it actually takes me the entire month of December to edit one Backlog Battle Award video. And also one of the things that I discovered is that because it's kind of like in this award show format, not a lot of people actually click on it. So there is this kind of effort versus reward/return that I have to consider, because if I'm locking myself down to just making one video for several weeks, that's not really a good use of my personal time, and I want to be truthful and authentic with you guys when it comes to that. So over the past few years, I've actually thought of like the fastest way that I can do that. And unfortunately, one of the things that I discovered last year is that the Backlog Battle Awards as it was needed to change. And throughout the year this year, I've actually started talking to a bunch of content creators, and from those conversations, I kind of decided to break down the Backlog Battle Awards into multiple categories. Now, originally, what I was going to do was I was going to start with one category this year, and then over the next few years, I'm going to add one additional one just to kind of see how that feels from my perspective. And I'm actually happy I'm doing that, because the work that I'm putting in the top 10 games of 2023 video, which you voted games for, is almost just as massive as the 42-minute video that I would normally make. So I have a lot to think about that, as well as to learn and ponder, but that is still in production. So the video that I released yesterday, based off of when I'm actually releasing this, is the 10 best RPGs of 2023. Yes, it's a sponsored video, but that's not the reason why I released it. The reason why I released it is because I wanted to highlight the best RPGs of 2023 for different categories, because if there's one thing that many of the award shows are happening right now is kind of ignoring, is how diverse the RPG genre has gotten, to the point where it's really silly to try to like narrow down genres into very specific styles of games. I want to make a video on genres specifically, but for the time being, I wanted to make that RPGs video because I really did genuinely enjoy all of the games that are in that list. And what's funny about serendipity is when you're making something that you're so passionate about and somehow opportunity knocks at the door and says like, hey, we want in on this for some reason. And I gotta say, Persona 5 Tactica, oh my gosh, like if you love tactical RPGs and you want a fresh take on the genre that's very different from what's out there, Persona 5 Tactica is really awesome. And to that end, that is actually one of the reviews that I'm going to be working on for January. So expect that to come out then. To kind of deviate from the BBAs for a little bit, I also want to let everybody know that my review of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed is also slated for January. Now, a lot of these reviews would normally come out in December, but the reason why I'm pushing them to January is because December is kind of a slow news month and not a lot of people actually check the channel or gaming news, because guess what? You guys got gifts. You guys got video games to actually play. So your focus is on that while you're on vacation or doing whatever, and I want to respect that. I want to celebrate video games just like everybody else, and that's what's going to happen in December. Speaking of which, outside of my 10 best RPGs video, naturally you're gonna expect the 10 best games of 2023 that you voted for. There is gonna be a slight change to my nominations, but I'm going to let that video speak for itself and not hint at what else is to come for that one, because I think it's still gonna be great. I want to release that on the 26th, which is the day after Christmas, which I think is Monday. And I just want to say that that is a video that is going to have upsets. I'm just going to say that outright. And I'm really excited for you guys to actually check it out. Between now and then, I plan on releasing one more BBA video, and that one is supposed to be a lot more fun and casual. It's gonna basically be a bunch of categories that I made up for the BBAs. It's kind of like a little wink wink nudge nudge kind of for the other awards, but I think there's something fun about making these sorts of categories and just kind of quickly like going through them. And so that's like a concept that I have, and I think it's fairly fast. I want to release it over the next couple of days or something like that. I think it'll be fun. And the last video that I want to make for 2023 is something that I want to hear your opinion on, because I think this is rather important. So along with the BBAs every single year, we've done this for 3 years straight now, is a supercut music video that contains as many of the games released in the year as possible. And so many of you have told me that when you watch this music video, you get very emotional because you're reminded of all of the games that have come out over the year that you've played or want to play or is in your backlog. And so one of the things that I've tried to consider is whether this was worth making or not. And the reason why is because it takes a while to make these. I was talking to a friend and he said that music videos aren't necessarily something that I make on the channel on the regular, and so I might be trying to force feed one particular format into a format that you guys aren't familiar with. Now, the problem is that I don't know what would be the alternative for that, because I can't just talk about hundreds of games that I may have not played. But I wanted to kind of recognize all those games that have come out, and I want to hear what you think about that, because I still want to celebrate the whole year with everybody in a way that acknowledges all of our experiences and just how awesome 2023 is, really. The last video that I want to talk about is the most anticipated games video. That is coming in January as well. Very soon, actually. Once January hits, that video is going to come out. Now, I don't release this video until the actual year because, as you might have seen already, a lot of announcements happen in December and towards the tail end of it. So I want to make sure that I don't package the video until I am 100% ironclad that I know as much of each game as I possibly can. That's why I'm waiting for it to come out then. So, to recap, the best RPGs of 2023, that is part of the BBAs, that is not my choice for the best games of 2023. And then, as part of the Backlog Battle Awards, there's a category-based video that's coming out this week. And then after the actual top 10 best games of 2023 next week, it's going to be either a music video or whatever you guys help me come up with in the comments below. And of course, in January, you can expect my most anticipated games video and my review of Persona 5 Tactica and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. I am really excited to talk about both of these games because I have really been enjoying them. And if you're playing through Persona 5 Tactica or you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, ask for it for Christmas because these are both great games. Anyways, guys, I want to hear what you think in the comments below because, like I said, this is a collaboration between me and you. Every single video I make is something that I think about, like what you'll enjoy and what you'll take from it. So please leave a message in the comments below, well wishes or whatever, or any sort of game that you discovered through the channel. It really helps me out. But again, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.